Alright, hello everyone. So today is a Wednesday. Let's take a look. Starting off with gold. Now with gold we had Monday, Tuesday, remember? Monday, Tuesday. So we are still not lower, but remember I mentioned that this could turn into a euro dollar, like from last week. Remember the euro dollar green zone and then a break down. So we needed to be careful on this one. Now yesterday, actually from Monday, as you know, and Tuesday I had positions open, and another position I had open from the low, which I moved the stop up to. I got stopped out with a profit on that one as well, which was on the video yesterday. Now today, this is not a bad position, okay? It's not a bad spot, okay? Once again, this needs to be treated with caution, okay? Simply because, like I said, we've tapped in like a few too many times. It's not a fresh zone, okay? And we've got a gap here, so this could turn pear-shaped. All right, what is a good time to wait for? The thing is, this is going to break up or down by 11:30, okay? And that's basically it. Okay, so the hours for today, if you take a look, let's see. Around here is where that 11:30 is. So today is a bit dodgy because we might not see anything happen either until 7:30. Might stick around until here. Okay, 7:30 might not be a bad idea to trade. 7:30 in the evening my time. For the morning, the better part of the morning was actually this zone here. All right, this zone here, that happened at 7:36, okay, to be honest. So that's 7:30, 7:45, so this zone here. All right, if we wanted to enter a trade here going long, we'd need to do it with a small lot size, and that would be basically it. That level 43 is 3,214, which is there, which is enough for a stop sweep. But this, like I said, from here moving up, coming down, so if we have a breakout we could go in that direction. Okay, that's how it is on this one. Alright, but if you're going to buy the lows at trading hours, I'm okay. Just like I said with yesterday's, well, do it with caution because we've tapped in too many times here. Euro dollar. Now euro dollar, I've got a trade on this one and I'll show that to you now. This was the trading hour. Okay, now on this one we've got swing day happening today or tomorrow. Okay, so I wanted to push it up into the zone to sell off. Okay, so that's the impulse, the retracement. I didn't enter with a big lot. Why? Because it's just not the lows. Remember, if Monday was a swing day or Tuesday was a swing day, I would be like, okay, you know, let's go in, but it's just not. And I've done a really tight stop loss and the lot isn't heavy. The reason I've done that, let me explain for those of you who took timing from me. You will check and see we've got hours coming in, which is at 10:15, which is about now. Okay, so we've got 10:15 happening. This is going to show us, you know, if we're going to break out or not. If that does happen, there can be a follow-up move. If it breaks the other way, okay, then the move will follow up on that move. So taking a small lot, getting it covered at the gap. Okay, so I'm going to cover the trade quickly. I'm not taking too big of a risk either. And then following it, if it goes further into the weekly, is going to give me something like 1 to 4, is it? It should be. If I cover the trade, it'll be 1 to 4. Okay, and that's basically it. So it's not a big risk, okay, but still, if it gets there, you can see how taking a small risk with timing can give you a good payday or a good payout, okay, even with an intraday move, and we'll see how that pans out. So this is tricky, and this is why I don't need to put the stop loss too far out, because 10:15 to 11:30, that move period, 10:15 to 11:30, should give me, okay, the direction, okay. So we'll take it from there, so we can just chill out on that one. All right. And on gold, like I said, this is a bit tricky. On SP 500, here we are now, SP 500 at Monday or Tuesday. So Monday turned out into a push day, okay, as you can see here. So we had a breakout on a Monday, and Tuesday followed up. So I'm just going to keep these here, okay. So this we have to just keep a lid on. I don't know if this is going to be a bull trap or not, okay, but I wouldn't be buying the highs, as you know me, okay. So on this one as well, in the beginning of the week, I did say we could buy if the market came down, but it didn't come down. Okay, this was a big push in London, and it never came back to close anything. So I was okay to buy it if at a trading hour we were somewhere, closing the gap or doing a good buy kiss or whatever, but it just didn't do that. So it just kept going up and up and up, didn't really give us much room. So I say we just let it go, and we'll see how things pan out on this one, okay. So yeah, just see how things pan out and let it go. Now with Dow Jones and Nasdaq, and also you can look at the indices, right, and then you'll see that we've got like a series of days on all of them. So today being Wednesday, let me just check it out. Oops, not this one, sorry, this one. Today being Wednesday, okay, we might have like a snake position and then a big shoot down. And that shoot down, at the end of the day, we're going to have to wait for the evening. And that's it. But today in the evening, if we find direction, in the evening at 7:30, if we find direction, that direction should hold until closing, and then we'll see how things pan out, okay. The closing for today can also be a good level where the market might want to turn around, because this week is a little tricky there. All right, so like I said, I don't know, and when in doubt, stay out is the slogan with me, so we'll have to just let it go, okay. Let's take a look at Dow Jones. Dow Jones, not a swing day today either. Okay, and this is more like it. So if we snake it along, if we find ourselves somewhere there in the evening or tomorrow, selling them might not be a bad idea. It's just snaking along here. All right, so let's take a look. This was the zone anyway I talked about. So selling in this zone is okay. If it goes back up, where can you sell? 62, 42, 623. It's not a swing day, mind you. 42. This is already done. I think that was the weekly. 623, was it? Somewhere around there. Okay, so that's on the 62 there. 42, 623. On the weekly, We already done it, so okay, and that's basically it. No gaps on the weekly. No gaps on the daily. And this is a sell-off point. Okay, if it does a stop sweep, you can still sell off, and that might happen tomorrow. Okay, manipulation is here where the breakout happened, so we're in that zone. Okay, if you think about it, it's that zone there. So any sell-off is okay. If it's a swing day, even better. Alright, the first support of today is going to be 58, 41,960. 41,960 is there. On the weekly, we already marked it in, which is there 46, which is 40,940. All the way down there, so I can get rid of that. Okay, and that's it. So selling the highs, we're okay. If we break below this zone as well, you can target the weekly and down there. Nasdaq as well, not a swing day today. Now it looks like this was the one to go for yesterday. As you can see, made a much better move, and that's a breakout, and this is the gap line and the gap line there. Alright, so, and the swing day for this one isn't today. So today's a Wednesday. As you can see, the market breaks out, just rushes up. Okay, so there's nothing to talk about here until those gaps are done, and that's basically it. If I just bear with me here. Nasdaq, yeah, this has got room, so we could go a bit more higher as well, and that's basically it. So don't stand in front of it trying to sell it, obviously. Okay, so Monday, big push day, no pullback at all. In New York, a little bit of a pullback, still hasn't filled this in. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we could still be going up. If that's the case, then on a swing day, they can sell it off. Okay, because these will just need to be filled in. So a bit more patience is the way to go. If you want to buy in order to go up, good question. Where to do it? Well, you just need to wait for it to come back, like daily or where the breakout happened here. Okay, so this could be the situation, but I wouldn't be buying the highs. As you can see, it's just there's just no taste there at all. Okay, Bitcoin, with Bitcoin, swing day Wednesday, swing day Wednesday. That's your swing day Wednesday. So selling this zone I talked about before. Now in this zone as well, you see there are a lot of taps here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I don't mind selling this on a swing day since we're high. Okay. Obviously use diligent money management just in case. go. All right, because it's still bullish. Okay, but stalling a little bit. Like I said, if sellers were heavy here, they would have sold off already. Okay, so we're stalling, and this could also break out. If it breaks out and you want to go long, that you can do, but I wouldn't do it because we're just too high, and I don't like to buy where the market sold off before. So I'd just look for a sell setup. Your first support of the day is going to be that 65, which is 102.679. 102.679 there. For me, there's just no joy in buying this zone. It's just all-time highs. Okay, and everybody can just get trapped up here. If they sell heavy, everyone's just going to get trapped. I'm going to get rid of that, and that's it. And serious buying should start to happen either here again, and in the interim, we should have a target there. All right, so if they're selling, we should target this going up and then selling down again. That should be the situation as far as I can see. But I wouldn't be buying around here. If you're going to do that, make sure you got a stop loss or whatever, so you don't get trapped at the top. Okay, looking better to sell than buy at that zone. Well, I hope that helps. It's a bit of a tricky day, as you can see, especially with the indices. We've started off like, pushing up and up and up, and just didn't give any retracement. So the only thing worth taking was that gold trade Monday. Tuesday it went up a little bit, but that's also a sticky zone. And the only other thing I can think of is waiting, okay, because euro dollar, it's today, tomorrow. Dow Jones, Nasdaq tomorrow. SP 500 has already done what it needed to do, so we just have to stick it out. It's just a tricky week. As you can see, it's a tricky week. It's a tight range. So, there's really no taste in that trade up here. But this zone, I would be a seller rather than a buyer, obviously. Okay. Right, I hope that helps. Have a good one. Any dramas, questions, let me know.